Në këtë emision do të prezantojmë Kethin. Ajo jeton në Kaliforni, në Shtetet e Bashkuara të Amerikës. Për vite të tëra, ajo hampi dyert e shtëpisë së saj, duke u përkujdesur mbi 27 nxënës dhe studentë nga vendet e ndryshme të botës, të cilët në Amerikë shkuan në kuadër të programeve të ndryshme arsimore. Në mesin e tyre ishte edhe Blendi nga Kosova. Pas 4 vitësh, ajo vjen përsëri në Kosovë për të vizituar Blendin dhe familjen e tij. Çfarë ndjenje është të jesh një nënë amerikane me djalë shqiptar?
It's wonderful being an American mother. It's opened up my life to so many experiences that I didn't even know could exist. Being the mother of a son from Kosovo has been one of the best experiences that I've had in my life. I've been able to travel here and stay with a family that I love and have come to know. I've been able to explore the country and learn about the culture and the history of the country. And these are all things that I would never have been able to do if I hadn't taken an exchange student.
Do na kujtosh momentin për një djalosh nga Kosova, pikërisht për të cilin ju gjendeni në Kosovë për ta vizituar për së dyti herë. Do na kujtoni atë moment kur ai vjen për herë të parë në Amerikë. Nuk ishte me vete as nënën, as babain, as vëllezërit, as motrën. Ju ishit gjithçka për ta. Do na kujtoni ato momentet e njohjes me ta.
When I agreed to house Blend as my international son, I had to go through an interview process where they did a background check and a screen, answered questions about me, came and visited my home to make sure that Blend would be in a safe environment. And then 2 days later, after the check was completed, the boys moved in with me, Blend and another boy from France. And Blend was the first one to arrive, and I told him that he could have his choice of bedrooms because he was the first one. So we went upstairs, and he chose his room, and we started settling in, and he said goodbye to his temporary family, which was emotional for him. And then a few minutes later, Alban, the little boy from France, came, and we sat down together at the kitchen table because the first thing the boys wanted to do was learn what the rules of the house were, what they could and could not do, what their curfew was, what I was expecting of them. And my response to them was, I expect you to be part of my family, that we are a family. We will think of each other, we will do for each other and with each other. So that was my main rule for them. I knew that both the boys were here alone. Their families were thousands of miles away, and that it was important that I made them feel comfortable and be at home in my home.
Dhe tani do të marrim edhe një opinion të Blendit, për të cilin vinë amerikanët që nga Amerika e largët.
Ndihem shumë i kënaqur dhe i privilegjuar që lidhja mes meje dhe Kethit ka qenë aq e madhe sa Kethi me marrë rrugtimin prej Kalifornisë larg me ardhmë me vizitu këtu. Tash kjo vizitë është më shumë se veç vizitë zyrtare, kisha me thonë. Tash Kethi është një anëtare e familjes tonë. Po ashtu edhe ardhja e Kethit mi kthen ato kujtimet në shkollën e mesme edhe në ngjarjet që kemi kaluar bashkë.
Ju faktikisht jeni një personalitet mjaft human, jo vetëm në relacion me djalin tashmë tuaj shqiptar Blendin, por për vetë faktin se në shtëpinë tuaj ju i keni hapur portat e shtëpisë dhe të zemrës për afro 27 studentë për vite të tëra nga e gjithë bota. Kanë qenë japonez, francez dhe kombe të ndryshme. Po për këtë që vite nga Kosova, e dinit se ky vinte nga një vend ku kishte mbaruar një luftë e kështu me radhë?
To be honest with you, I didn't know much of anything about Kosovo. I knew where it was in Eastern Europe, but I didn't know much history about the country or the culture or even the language. I learned most about Kosovo from Blend directly. We would have conversations at the kitchen table and upstairs when he was doing his homework, and he would tell me about the culture, about the history, about Serbia and the internal war and problems that they had had, and how the country is now in a rebirth and a regrowth period, and how proud he was to be part of it. And I decided after he left at the end of the school year that I wanted to experience that myself, and I wanted to come to Kosovo to visit. And in 2011 was my first trip here.
Si ishte hera e parë në Kosovë?
It was very unusual. I was frightened traveling alone. I didn't know the culture or the language. I didn't know where I was going, really. But I knew I had a loving family waiting for me, and that was important to me. And I came and I stayed for about a week and a half, and we traveled locally, visited a lot of sites and things that were so interesting, and I just appreciated so much everything that Blend's family did for me when I was here and does for me every time I come to visit.
Gjatë qëndrimit tuaj për të dytën herë që vini në Kosovë, besoj se keni kuptuar një gjë. Shqiptarët e duan shumë Amerikan. Dhe në fakt gjatë qëndrimit tuaj në Kosovë dhe në pjesë të tjera shqiptare përreth Kosovës, sa i doni ju këto hapësira? Ju pëlqen ushqimi, ju pëlqen tradita e shqiptarëve, lidhjet familjare, pasi që ju jeni një mysafire speciale, ju vizitoni jo vetëm familja e ngushtë e Blendit, por edhe rrethi i gjerë. Do na shpjegoni pak të përjetim tuaj të dytë me radhë në Kosovë?
During my first visit here, I discovered that Albanian people really do love American people. They admire them, they appreciate their culture. And when people would see that I was an American, they would want to come talk to me. They would be drawn to me, and they would ask me questions about where in America I lived, what I liked best about America. And I could tell there was a genuine enthusiasm about my country. And the more I travel in Kosovo and the more people that I meet, I have that same appreciation for this culture. This is my second trip here, and I have met more people and learned more about the culture being here and visiting places than I ever could have in a book or from thousands of miles away. So being an international mother, that has opened an experience up for me to be here and to enjoy the culture firsthand. Blend's family is very, very extensive. Both his parents have several brothers and sisters, which also means many, many cousins, all of which is difficult for me to remember their names and who they are and who they're related to when I meet them. But one thing is in common with each family member that I meet, and that's that they're very welcoming, they're very loving, they're very appreciative of what I have done for Blend, and they just welcome me with open arms and just make me feel so welcome.